Larry David.
Oh. And we are live. Good evening, afternoon, and morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 465. Today is Friday, September 6th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 3-ish.
At 3-ish.
Oh, yeah.
And today is a 3-ish day. A lot of good stories. A very interesting day in crypto. Of course, top story is mystery 94,000 Bitcoin transaction becomes richest non-exchange address. So, of course, everybody wants to know who it is. Japan grants crypto exchange license to messaging giant Line. Galaxy Digital gains approval to underwrite public security offerings. Turkish Takas Bank announces blockchain platform for gold trading. And last but certainly not least, crypto mining malware targets back-to-school students with fake textbooks. Wow. But first, let's talk about these prices.
Oh, yeah. Well, as you saw, we did have a good push up towards 11,000, but somebody really didn't want to see 11,000. We saw a huge dump today of almost 2%. So right now, Bitcoin is at $10,416, down 1.6%. Ethereum at $170, down 2.8%. Ripple at 25 cents, just slowly dying, down 1.8%. Bcash at $288 is down 1%. Litecoin at $65, follows steadily, flat today. And EOS at $3.20 is down 1% as well. So red across the board 3 days in a row. Like we said, a huge drop for Bitcoin earlier today. But like we said, it's in a range. Don't panic, people.
There we
it's
go.
All good.
What's crazy as well, so it's funny you said that Ripple's, again, 25 cents, getting closer. This is the third time it's at 25. I know some people had their buy orders at 22 cents, but let's see. We shall see.
Oh, yeah.
Comment section is popping right now. What is going on, everyone? Tony Nolly, New Legacy, Shannon Allen, what's up?
Oh, yeah.
Shannon Allen, too, people were asking us about the hoodies. So just to let you know, everyone listening or watching, Shannon Allen is the cryptic coin when he's on their team, so you can check them out, email him, and I'm sure he'll provide you information. Let's see, what's going on, Ramo Jones? Who else we have in here? Let's see. Shannon Allen said the best crypto journalist in the world.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's funny you said that, actually, at the Bitcoin Is event we went to the other day. I mean, it's becoming that. It was like, you know, these groups are journalists and all that. I never even thought of it that way. It's just, hey, we just talking about crypto, talk about what we know, but appreciate that. Fool with money, Tonio from the UK. Let's see who else we got in here. Phil Gomes. Phil Gomes said, "I'm just here to say I love the book."
My man Phil. My man. That's what I'm talking about.
There you go, folks.
Go ahead and cop that if you don't have it on Amazon right now.
There we go.
Thanks for that, Phil.
Ramo Jones said, "Eve and IFT has been pumping like crazy." Who else we have in here? All right, Allison Thompson. Hello. All right, let's jump into this top story of the day. Mystery 94,000 Bitcoin transaction becomes richest non-exchange address. Woo. Wow.
That's a lot of Bitcoin.
That's a lot of, see, and that's the crazy thing about crypto, which does scare people. When you talk about that amount of money moving that you can actually see, though. Because you have to remember, this amount of money is moved every day between different banks, regions, businesses, all that. But it's the fact that you can now actually see this. It looks like the recipient wallet of the $1 billion Bitcoin transaction on September 6th is now presumed to be the first richest non-exchange address. Man. Can you tell us about this wallet? And as he tells us, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can see this again. This is the beauty about Bitcoin. This is why we want it in government. Yeah. You can see the movement. There's no hiding it. You can see it.
It's none of that. We don't know what happened to 25 trillion. You don't know what happened.
Right. I don't care if we're missing 3 cents. I want to see the transaction on it. You know?
Exactly. And it's right here for you to see. This is a great story simply because, for one, they don't know exactly who it is. But for two, it was a $1 billion transaction that cost $700. That was the fee. That is a super small fee to pay in order to move almost $1 billion. And trust me, there is no bank in the world that has that fee structure.
I can't believe they said it was a $700 fee.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, people made it seem like it was such a high fee. It's like it's $1 billion.
It's $1 billion. You know how hard that is to move in
$700 for $1 billion. Wow.
Oh, yeah. And what's even funnier is the earlier transactions that were on the accounts that they think have it. Some of the transactions they said was they moved $6,000 on September 6th and a deposit of $6 and 66 cents a few hours later, which they may have been just to be funny.
Right.
But that is sort of, weird for people to see. And it is provocative. It gets the people going. And people really want to see, whose $1 billion is this.
Right.
And even if we don't find out the exact name right now.
Pocket watchers out here.
Yeah,
that's the problem right now.
Yeah.
All these pocket watchers.
Yeah,
man.
that's all blockchain. It's nothing but one big pocket watch.
All you go work for. If you're interested in who it belongs to, go work for the IRS. You're part of the problem.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a big day for a lot of people because last week it was $780 million moved by somebody else. So a lot of people are starting to see the value in this technology. It's not going anywhere. So this was great to see.
And as you were stating, it looks like 73,000 Bitcoin came from Huobi, which is crazy. Especially like Huobi's kind of been caught up in a little bit of controversy as well. But I mean, the bottom line, people, for me at least, was that their technology works. Like this is why it's here. You remember this came after the 2008 financial crisis, the economic collapse, almost bailing out big banks. Us using our own taxpayer money to give to bankers so they could actually use it as bonuses for themselves. All of this can stop with Bitcoin. That's the problem. That's why the FUD comes, because all of that was stopped. We don't know why this road hasn't been repaired for 3 months, but we been giving them the money. We had a town hall meeting. What's going on? Yeah, we're gonna figure that out now when we look at these transactions. So,
and the conspiracy theories coming out are hilarious. Some people are saying somebody's paying off somebody else, maybe a country buying right now over the counter. It's a lot of conspiracy theories about what's happening with it, but that's the beauty of Bitcoin. We'll see. Yeah,
and another one, they said some suggest that funds may be tied to institutional trading platform Bakkt, which starts accepting client deposits today. I'm more along that line of thinking, not necessarily for Bakkt, but maybe it's the price, as you said. Someone didn't want to hit 11K. You have to remember, what's the Coinbase's Brian Armstrong already came out and said, hey, whether it's I don't know if it's a week or a month. It may have been a week, because I remember we were counting it up that one day, but about $200 million a week or a month. We can go back and look, but $200 million in a short time frame is being moved to Coinbase and other institutional platforms very frequently. All right. So if that's happening and that price is going up and they're not ready to buy in, and these people are associated with the Bakks of the world or the Facebook Libras or the JP Morgan coins, remember, this is big money, $1 billion. So we are talking about an organization or institutional investors. So yeah, if they don't want that price to go up, whatever the reason, whoever they're for, then yes, I can see that money getting moved. And we saw how it affected the market. But the good thing is, $1 billion was moved. People don't know where it came from, so it's kind of scary. And the market price of Bitcoin is still at $10,400.
Exactly.
That is a very good sign, people.
Absolutely. Yeah. Getting more stable, less volatile.
Right. Antonio says something big is coming. Someone is buying big OTC over the counter. I agree with you as well. I've been hearing more talk about some of these big over the counter trades going on, actually in LA as well. So you're right about that. It's definitely people moving money. We know some people actually who does a lot of over-the-counter trading. They move a lot of money, so that's more than likely happening as well. All right, Japan grants crypto exchange license to messaging giant Line.
Line.
Give it a Line. Listen, we've talked about Line many times on this show. For those who don't know, Line is basically the way to communicate if you're in Japan across the entire country. Everyone uses it. So to me, as soon as I saw that headline, I mean, you want to talk about market share. It's the same as Facebook's Libra coin with Line and their exchange. Like they're going to have the market in volume just off the simple fact that everyone uses Line, period. So
and they got it through. If Facebook's sitting there arguing in the Senate about whether or not they can use Libra, but Line, they're doing basically the same thing.
Yeah, what's going on with this?
One of the biggest things they're doing is building a token economy. So they have their own blockchain with 2 different tokens. The Link token is actually very interesting because it wants to link to other nations. So other people aiming to connect users and service providers. And then they also have Line just for Japan. So they have 5 dApps on there already ready. They have prediction dApp, Q&A, product review, food review, and location review. Already, I'm telling you, they're literally about to take over the Japan market. And this is great to see from an onboarding standpoint because people who may have been leery of it before, everybody uses Line. So like we said, it's basically like Facebook saying, hey, Libra came out or is coming out next week. So yes, good to see. Great for Japan.
And again, just to get these numbers down as well, per a press release recently shared with Cointelegraph, and granted, we know these numbers are inflated, but still, you can't inflate them that much, right? Line counts 187 million global users, monthly, with an estimated 50 million users registered its mobile payment service, Line Pay. Again, people, if you ever travel to Japan, I'm telling you now, like you're not going to be able to move without it. So, so again, as you said, all this great stuff they're working on. You see here, they already launched their Singapore-based global user-focused crypto exchange, Bitbox. I didn't know they actually own Bitbox. I know Bitbox. Wow.
Yeah.
Very well. There you have it.
There you have it.
Never know who owns these things. And will reportedly repurpose the platform's back-end infrastructure for its Japanese FSA-approved platform, BitMax. So as you said, I mean, they are moving. They have the users, 187 million global. I mean, that's literally a country. The United States is 360 million. Yeah. So it's half of the United States, but much larger than many other countries. And they're working. I mean, they are literally working to take over this market. So glad to see this. I'm happy they're moving forward. And this is one of those things where, okay, you could stop Facebook or you could slow them down because they're in the United States. And then we all know the U.S. plays dirty. Yeah. But now what's the U.S. response to lying going to be, right? This is our point when you talk about these new projects. It doesn't matter if it's Facebook's Libra's Mark Zuckerberg. In fact, we should actually be encouraging him to do it. Again, don't get it twisted. We know it's centralized. We're not fans of it, but we're happy for the competition. But if we don't let Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook do it, then what happens when oligarch from Russia, who might not be as positive as Mark Zuckerberg, whoever, decides to do his own too?
Yeah. He's not coming to Senate to talk about it.
My point exactly. And his is going to go through. Yeah. And there's nothing any country could do unless they're going to build up that red wall of China, or the red wall of China, where all of a sudden was like, United States, you're not allowed to go on this website, or you're blocking internet website. So it's just like, hey, this thing is happening.
It's happening, man.
There's going to be companies. It's happening. No one's stopping it. Oh man, that's good stuff. What's going on? Dry Dessert, Clarence and Dennison. Clarence and Dennison says going down, people. It's going down. What's going on? Tiffany from New York. Clarence also said pundits in Venezuela. Yeah, I've been hearing about it. Yeah. It's going crazy down there as well. Sergeant Crypto said the people complaining about the fees are non-coiners. That was the whole thing with the whole Roger Ver. He was talking about the slow transactions and the fees and stuff. Even when he was talking about the fees weren't that bad. Again, the market was inflated as far as the volume from doing 5-cent transactions intentionally. But even then, it wasn't bad because we were still giving out Bitcoin every day at that time. So it wasn't that bad. Yeah. Clarence Dennison said, I'm buying a Tesla. Hilarious. Dry Dessert said, recently read something along the lines of, quote, Bitcoin is not fungible because it's not being anonymous. And government's tracking and blacklisting, which means that one Bitcoin can be blacklisted, and if someone sends it to you, you have a problem. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Do we have the tech for that? Would that work?
Well, I heard that a while ago. It was something they call colored coins. Back in like 2014, it was floated the idea that there could be blacklisted, whitelisted coins based on where they're coming from or based on how they're used. The problem with that would be is the initial point where it came from. They would have to notify the people where it came from to tell them that address couldn't be used. But who has mailing addresses on these? And Bitcoin
then over the counter too.
And then over the counter, and that's another thing. And then privacy coins like CryptoCoin, which you talk about, Monero. We've always said they are a necessity. Always, there's always going to be people that want private transactions.
In-house CryptoCoin.
Exactly. So we understand that is something that's been discussed, but I doubt it's very possible at a large scale. Maybe in a certain country, but. We'll see. I don't think it's very possible though.
Well, what's crazy too is let's say it is possible, right? This goes through. In fact, this happens in 4 months or 6 months, whatever. Who cares? Because the same way Bitcoin was invented for the financial crisis we just talked about, that's why the new privacy coin or the ones we already have are just going to blow up and proliferate. Yeah. They're going to say, okay, you want to try to control all of Bitcoin and do all that? It's only 10 years old. Yeah. We'll just make another project with the same type of backing as far as the fundamentals of it, make sure it can't be hacked and all that good stuff. And then this time we'll actually add in the privacy features, something that Andreas Antonopoulos has been talking about for the longest now. He was like the one thing Bitcoin's missing is being automatically private. He said, if anything, you should be able to turn off the privacy, but it should automatically be private. And that's the only thing it was missing when it was created. So even if they can, it doesn't scare me, because especially at this point, there's so many new people in the crypto learning about it and developing. I mean, every project is the next big Bitcoin, right? Yeah. If every project, there's your chance. So I'm not worried about it.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Retro Fred. Said, just tuning in, guys. It was good meeting you at Bitcoin Is. Even though it was short. Hey, same here. Thanks for checking this out live.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on? Crypto and culture. Dry Dessert also said previously, I thought that privacy coins are great, but not 100% necessary. Now I wonder if guarantee and anonymity is crucial for a cryptocurrency to actually fully be viable as money.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Privacy doesn't have to be a part of it for it to be money, but for it to be a valuable cryptocurrency in the future, privacy has to be a part of it.
Right.
But Bitcoin wasn't built completely anonymous.
Remember, it was built for the government too.
It was pseudo anonymous. Yeah.
You know, it was after financial crash for many reasons. Some of which so you can actually control your own money. But it's a reason why you can see all the transactions too. They're like, hey, if you want to implement this in the business and the government, all this other stuff, as we just talked about,
you need that transparency.
The transparency is there.
Oh, yeah.
And Tonio's right. Tonio said Bitcoin can be anonymous. It just depends on if you're a noob or not. That is also very true. VPNs, Tor browsers, mixers.
Yeah.
Join. It's all types of ways to actually make Bitcoin private if you really cared that much too.
Yeah.
So that's great comments, people. Thanks. All right, Galaxy Digital gains approval to underwrite public securities offerings. That is right.
Oh yeah.
Michael Novogratz, which we'll speak about in a moment as well. Cryptocurrency investment bank Galaxy Digital has gained approval from the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority (FINRA) to underwrite registered public offerings of securities. Before Bitcoin Zay tells you about this, again, yesterday, who was the New York Financial Department of Services granted somebody? Today is FINRA.
Yeah.
Next week it's SEC. One day is IRS. Like no.
Yeah.
This is everybody's private government gang is just coming over.
All the tribes are showing up at the gates. Yeah.
Like how FINRA? What? Like what is going on?
Look, it says it here clearly. FINRA is a non-governmental private organization that acts as a self-regulatory body for member firms and exchange markets.
But they out here gang.
If you join FINRA, yeah, exactly. If you're not getting out alive, and that's basically what Novogratz. He's got the approval because you do have to play that game. If you're going to get into the securities, if you're going to get into hedge fund stuff like that, you have to play that game with these companies like FINRA. And he says it's a really young industry and they're a pretty young business. We are sober and patient about how fast it will grow, and we are well capitalized. This feels like a perfect addition. So to him, he basically is saying this is what we need to move forward with STOs and things of that nature. So shout out to them for getting it done.
And again, Novogratz, to be fair, I'm glad he's about crypto, but he is coming from Wall Street. Yeah. He's trying to get back in their good graces on the low sometimes. On the low. It might not be get back in good graces so I can work for you, but it's definitely getting back in good graces so you can see me as either a peer or a superior, as in, yes, I still know how to invest very well and do all that. So
maybe he's trying to crush him.
Hopefully he is.
He get into the inside and beat him from
a wolf in sheep's clothing, right?
Yeah.
But what else is going on with Mike Novogratz? Some things on Twitter today. What happened with that?
Mike Novogratz, like we said, he has this going, and at the same time, he makes an innocent tweet, it seems, and then it turns into a thing. He tweeted a picture with a black dude who looked like Crypto Hayes to him. And
it was Arthur Hayes.
It was Arthur Hayes from BitMEX, and it kind of blew up. People would call him racist, saying he doesn't know, all black people don't look alike, this and that. I think he doesn't look like him that much, but I don't know about all the racist stuff. Just a dude who put a picture up, but it was pretty hilarious to me. I was laughing because the thread was just very emotional. People were going back and forth, but you can see the bevy of ideas go separate ways as far as how people felt, which is great in Bitcoin. It's people coming from all walks of life, but Bitcoin is what unites us. And then when somebody who's big in the space tweets out that picture and he's like, oh yeah, he looks like Arthur Hayes, and people disagree, it was a little issue, but nothing big.
And to be fair, from my personal,
calm down,
calm down. First of all, watch the Dave Chappelle special, all right?
Bro,
stop.
We got way bigger things to worry about.
You would be, you're gonna stay on Twitter about a picture that somebody said it looks like somebody's crazy to me. Mm-hmm. But also to be fair, because I've only seen Arthur Hayes 4 or 5 times too on a few interviews. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I first looked at the guy, I was like, all right. Look, here's the pictures right now. I'm gonna pull up this one right here. Mm-hmm. There are a couple of similarities. I get it.
They both got pretty big heads.
Right. And then also to be fair about it, people, you got to remember, Michael Novogratz is a hedge fund manager, CEO, all this stuff, Wall Street, right? He's making a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Arthur Hayes, BitMEX, same thing, right? They're both into crypto. How many public crypto billionaires do we have?
Yeah.
What, 10?
Yeah,
15? Maybe 10 or 15 tops?
Mm-hmm.
So you have an industry where you only have 10 or 15 tops of your peers, mm-hmm. right? Michael Novogratz and Arthur Hayes are peers. Yeah. You really think they never met or they don't know each other? It's the reason why he added him on it. All right, I'm sure he probably texted him back and forth. Was like, "Oh, I'm about to clown this dude."
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what happened. So
that's what happened. Yeah.
I don't take it as racist. And again, to me, I mean, he might have called this one on spot to me. They kind of look very similar, so that was pretty funny
like I
to
said,
see.
Both got pretty big heads.
Hilarious.
Or whatever. I can see why he could see it, but
right.
Yeah, you know, sometimes a lot of people who see black people, they think they look alike. I don't think this was the case in that manner.
And people can't talk stuff because y'all be calling me Ghost all the time. So stop playing. You call it John Jones.
Yeah, so they call me John Jones and Freddie Gibbs. So I've been called
hilarious. Freddie Gibbs.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. All right. Turkish. Oh,
my brother called me Jesus the other day.
They're too funny. Shannon Allen also made a comment about crypto coins. We were talking about privacy coins. You're right. We should include this. CryptoCoin also have the privacy on and off like Zcash. I've also used it myself. Mm-hmm. They have masternodes as well. Again, it's a cool project, people. They have a great educational piece to it. Mm-hmm. So make sure you check it out.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty then. Turkish Takis Bank announces blockchain platform for gold trading.
Oh.
Now, had to mention this story, of course, for the obvious reason of the gold portion we've been talking about the last couple of days, but also Turkey's Istanbul clearing, settlement, and custody bank, Takis Bank, has announced its blockchain-based platform for trading physical gold. I mean, is this like what we've been seeing with Paxos and what we've seen from Veritasium?
Yeah.
I mean, is this the same thing what's going on here with Takis Bank?
Seems eerily similar.
And who are they, too?
Yeah, they are involved with the second largest bank. So they have a few different local financial firms or banks. But the second largest bank, Ziraat Bankansi, is involved, so they definitely have some good support. And what they're basically going to do is issue stable coins based on the value that's traded in gold. So your gold is basically backed by a digital number, which is a stable coin, and then it's traded that way. And it uses the blockchain technology, but it is not a cryptocurrency. So I want to make sure people know that. That is sort of the difference, you know, in some of these projects. So
they were in-house. They want all that in-house.
They want all that in-house. Yeah, they was like that.
We don't want you all to save money.
We're
trying to save money.
Exactly. So that's what blockchain is being used for them. And in Turkey, they've had some trouble with cryptocurrencies being illegal, but blockchain technology being accepted. So this is good to see.
Caught me on a sip. Trying to get a little sip of the limonada in. And again, cool story to see that this is Turkey's second largest bank. Again, we've seen a few countries where their larger banks are starting to get involved in this. I mean, at this point, I can pretty much guarantee almost every bank around the world has some sort of blockchain technology working for, whether it's centralized or not.
Or patents.
Or not. Yeah, I mean, they're working on it, people. It's simple. Does it make us money? Does it save us money? If it's yes to either one of those questions, we're using it. Yeah. And it does both of those for banks. It makes the money and saves them money. So you can pretty much guarantee they're actually going to be using it.
Oh, yeah.
Cool to see. Oh, founded in 1988, too. So it's not even that old of a bank, which is probably why they're keen to say, hey, let's try some new technology.
New stuff, yeah.
Right. It's like people working there, it's only like 50 and stuff, 40. Oh, yeah, let's do it. We can roll with this. I was here during the internet craze.
I'm a cool mom.
Right, exactly. You're funny, dog. All right. That was funny. Lauren Hazel. What's going on, Lauren Hazel? I don't think I've seen that name before, so welcome to the stream. Lauren Hazel says, I always say Bitcoin and blockchain in general as a response to the financial crisis where no one could figure out who made what loan and who owned what when they investigated the credit default swaps. No, I'm with you. I mean, they knew, but they didn't know type of deal. But exactly, again, the transparency, people, is one of the greatest things about it. I mean, when you're talking about a democracy, which we're not, even though I know you all think we are, you want to believe we're not, but that's why we say they're under the Republic of the United States, but it's a republic. But yeah, when you're talking about democracy and transparency and fairness and voting and justice and equality, transparency has to come along with that. There can't be these backroom deals, this secret stuff, you know. That's probably why they got rid of checks and the gold. Like I said, they just want to cash. They're like, look, just stop tracing so much. Why are we tracing everything, right?
Exactly.
All right, a couple more comments. I saw some more good ones. Hold on one moment. Sergeant Crypto, what's going on? Sergeant Crypto said people need to stop crying, man. When they cry racist, they minimize the term. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. Tony, what's going on, Tony? Tony said, I made a video talking smack about CKJ Crypto. Oh, okay. Thank you. We'll check it out. Other than that, let's see. Last but not least, this is a very interesting story we saw. Crypto mining malware targets back-to-school students with fake textbooks. Wow. This one, and we didn't cover this story. Another thing you all can check out today if you're interested, if you use the internet QR codes, which as we discussed, the reason why we didn't cover this story is we were like, why are people using the internet QR codes?
So noobish.
Use the codes out of your wallet if you want to use a QR code for your Bitcoin wallet. But it's being reported that internet QR codes that you would go online, if you Google QR code for Bitcoin so you can print it off and use it as a paper wallet or whatever. They're actually someone else. They're all scams. They say 4 out of 5 of all the websites, the top websites, are scams. So if you use a QR code from the internet by Googling it, you're probably gonna come up to a scam website where you use that code and the money actually goes to a scammer. We're gonna start that story off, just letting you know about that. But here in this one, security software provider Kaspersky, which has actually been doing a lot of good work this past couple of years, has identified a form of crypto mining malware that has taken root in multiple sites where pirated textbooks are uploaded and downloaded. The delivery agent winlnk.agent.gen has been active since 2011, but now its payload is a bit more lucrative for the folks who spread it. Tell us about this payload and how all this craziness even works. Like, I'm trying to buy a book and I'm getting hacked. Like, how? How is this possible?
Exactly, yeah.
You can't get away from it. People, you think you can get away from it.
But they got all types of tricks. Well, basically, school is coming back, or school is back now. And what they did was, these hackers, they allow you to click on what you think is a PDF of your book. However, when you click on it, it takes command and control of your system, sends malware, including crypto miners, which is why cryptocurrency is involved. So it mines Monero or whatever, and it can spam delivery systems to your infected computer. And so far, they have 233,000 cases of malicious essays, 122,000 disguised as textbooks, and over 30,000 users tried to open these files.
So they got somebody.
Yeah, so don't download books that are not copyrighted. The link that you use, make sure it's the correct link. Don't type it, especially this, WinLink. If you see that on your computer, it's kind of over for you. But you don't want to see that. And of course, they would target students just trying to buy books
for cheap. Honestly,
exactly.
You already know how it go.
If anything, you need to put it on the sites where students are trying to steal essays and buy papers from people. If you want to, send them malware, but not for books. You shouldn't be doing that. And whoever does it, I'm sure they've made some money off of it, but it'll probably get taken down soon. But they keep popping up, people. Gotta stay vigilant.
We just that quick. 2 new scams today. 2 new scams in 24 hours, right? Yep. I mean, this is crazy. 233,000 cases of malicious essays and 122,000 attacks of malware that was disguised as text. That is a lot.
Yeah.
122,000. You talk about 5 big schools that have student pop of 30,000 plus, whoever. I mean, that happens really quick, right? So
a lot of new laptops.
Right. Yeah. Really. You talking about, and from there, I'm sure they're going to hook it up with some ransomware too. Make sure they destroy somebody all the way. But hopefully they can stop this and this doesn't spread any further, because that is madness. All right, what are we doing for the free crypto coin today?
Oh yeah, so for the free crypto coin, I want to hear conspiracy theories about the $1 billion move. Do you think it was a country that bought it? Do you think it went to Backed? Do you think it was Satoshi exit scamming? Whatever you think, let us know.
Satoshi alive.
Satoshi's alive. Let us know what you think. Put that crypto coin address, and we'll send those free coins to you.
All right, last couple. What's going on, Madam Crypto? Phil Gomes, I like this comment, said, further to Lauren's comment, thought experiment, if blockchain/crypto was invented and known and deployed in the early 2000s, would we have an Enron, a Global Crossing, a Health South, an MCY WorldCom?
See?
Great points.
Exactly.
Great
A lot
points.
of that stuff would have never even came to fruition, because we would have saw it a mile away. Like,
right.
What is that?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Right. Especially Enron. I'm thinking, when you say Enron, that's a good point.
Yeah, definitely. Lehman Brothers.
Lehman Brothers. What's the billionaire that committed suicide?
Bernie Madoff.
Bernie Madoff. Yeah. Same with that. I mean, you talking about people who gave this guy billions of dollars.
Billions with a B.
And not only did he spend it, he showed you that he could actually spend it, but it went missing. So, there we go. Gaya's Goodness. Welcome. And it's hilarious. She said, hey, Larry. She sees your shirt. Larry David is one of the OGs of the game. You know it.
My boy.
All right. Other than that, people, that's our show for today. Have a happy Friday. Great weekend. We'll see you all next week, Monday. We're actually about to head down to Inglewood right now to go check out that crypto blockchain plug space. They're actually having an event tonight too, right? What's the event?
Wine, Women, and Crypto at 7 p.m. at Inglewood, California. If you'll be there. It's $10 at the door. I think they only accept crypto. Maybe, don't quote me on that, but that's the event tonight. Wine, Women, and Crypto in Inglewood, California.
That's right. So if you're in LA, Wine, Women, and Crypto tonight. Blockchain plug, Inglewood, California.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, thanks for watching. As always, people. Again, we'll check you out next week. And cheers. Make sure you smash that like and share and download that podcast.
Oh yeah. Cheers.